Hello, I'm Val and welcome to a little corner of my front room and my chunky junky journal. I thought I'd show you the progress I've made with this. It is getting ridiculously fat. I think I've decided that there's no point in adding more bulk to this, but I will keep decorating it, but I'll just try and not add anything particularly thick to it. I've added a few things to the cover since you saw it last time. I've added these threads here, which I'm going to put beads and charms on at some point, and I've stuck on here, there's a little collage bird. There's this fabric tag, which I've used knitting pad and some little stamps to make something on there. There's watercolour paint on there, and I've sewn it on to these little scraps of material. That's an image from a rather famous piece of pop art. I thought the colours went well with the yellow gel print, and that's from a Rothko painting, and I do love his work. And inside I've added little bits and pieces here and there, and it is filling up nicely, this book. I won't go through everything. I'll just point out a few things to you. This page, I'm not really happy with this. I kind of decorated it and then decided I didn't like it. So I stuck those two images on here to cover up what I didn't like. And it's a bit better, but it's still not entirely pleasing. So I might add a few more things there. I've stuck in little things I cut from magazines, like that. I think it might be a ceramic tiger's head. Whatever it is, I just thought the colours worked well with that orange background. That's a little tip that I got from Lynn at Bit of Birdsong, where she uses packaging, and if it's got a clear panel in it, she puts an art image or some kind of picture inside the packaging. And I like the contrast here between the fact that you've got something as everyday as a stainless steel scourer to wash your pots and pans with, and then I put this very beautiful pre-Raphaelite print inside. And there's little pieces of art all over the place. That is by Nicholas Hilliard, and it's entitled Young Man Leaning Against a Tree. So there you go. There's a little butterfly that I made. That's just paper, and it's got just little colourful bits of gel print collaged on top, and a few of those stick-on beads. Oops, I'm getting tangled up. That's from a book of matches, and I kind of like the bird theme that's going on here. That's a bit from a vintage greetings card. There's a hair grip there, or diamante hair grip that's had some of the stones go missing. That's from a book page, and this, I just really like these two pages. I found that sticker there of she looks like a Victorian woman, and for some reason she's holding a gun, and she's looking at him, she's looking at him, she's looking at her, she's looking at him, and he's looking at us. And I just thought that was very silly, but I liked it. I'm still collecting labels from packaging of fruit and veg, and it is interesting where we get all our fruit and veg from, and all those are from abroad. They must have been flown in, and that one's actually English. The courgettes came from Cornwall, and they were very nice. That's a painting, and it was from a woman who was naked, as often paintings and sculptures of women are, and so I gave her a dress and made her respectable. So she's got a little off-the-shoulder number there. That's a paperclip, and I've stuck some beads on there, with a bit of sari silk and a charm, and that's from a drinks can, a little bit that you pull to open the can. That's my vintage birthday card. And there's still room here that I need to fill in with other things. That's just a really nice cartoon. It's the husband looking at his wife cuddling a very contented cat, and he's saying, "It's very simple. If I was a cat, you would love me." Oh, bless. There's some lovely astrantia there that I cut out of a gardening magazine. That was a photo which was reproduced on a leaflet, and that was from a book page. There was an artwork, and I cut the artwork out the centre, and I just used that as a frame for those two women. We've got, that's from a magazine, just a little fox face. That's from a book page. I just like the fireplace and the paintings on the walls. I don't know what to do with this chocolate wrapper. I can't think how to decorate that. So that's still to do. That's from a book page. I had, when I was a child, I had some books about a bear called Mary Plain who came from Bern in Switzerland. And they were very old books when I had them. And I've just gutted one of those books because the paper was getting yellow and had a musty smell. So I'm using the cover for a journal, but I cut out some of the little images of Mary Plain and put her in here, just as a kind of childhood memory. And this, I found out this is called, this painting by Goya is the Duchess of Alba. And I thought she was pointing at her shoes, but apparently the words Alba and Goya are drawn in the sand down there, and she's pointing at that. But I still like to think she's actually pointing at her shoes because she's very fond of them and wants you to admire them. And we have, what else do we have? More empty pages waiting to be filled. That's just a tag that I'm trying to practice my painting and drawing. So I just did that little image of a woman in pink with a little pink hat. And what else have we got? That's a lino cut I did. I think I might have shown you this, I'm not sure, but this folds up so you can see that image of Sunday afternoon on the island of the Grand... Oh, I don't know how you pronounce that. It's George Seurat anyway. Yeah, so that folds up and you can see it. Or you can look at the Gauguin painting. And we've also got, that's from a birthday card. This needs filling with something, I don't know what. That's a painting. I tried to remember to put, to cut out the name of the painting, the name of the painter rather, even if I don't always get the title. I tried to stick those in so I know where they come from. Those are just circles that are joined together with those little rose gold bulb paper clips. This I think you've seen before. I do still really like this. Little gold doors that open onto that image. That's a birthday card. And what else have we got? Just things and book pages. That's a book of illustrations of costumes through the ages, and that was from Cookery Book. This was an advert for, I think, cheese sauce, and the slogan was rescuing the bland, and the packet of cheese sauce mix was being parachuted in to supposedly liven up your dinner. So I added that Matisse painting instead, because I thought a red room was very lively. And oh, I added a fruit pastel packet there. That can be a pocket. I hadn't had those for ages, and I'd always assumed they weren't vegetarian because I thought they contained gelatin. But then I saw those on the shelf and it said vegan friendly, so I thought, oh, I can have those. And I scoffed the entire packet, even though it does say sharing on there. Who shares them? I mean, honestly, who shares a sharing packet? We just scoff the lot. There are rather a lot of calories in them, though. 84 calories per serving and 7 sweets per serving. Yeah, so I haven't even calculated how many calories were in that bag, but they were yummy, and I won't have them too often, so they can't do too much damage. And the final thing I'll show you, I bought some stickers that had there were people's bodies and then kind of whimsical animal heads on top. And I decided the animal heads were a bit too cutesy. So I cut the heads off the stickers and then I substituted different heads. So that's my statue. And those are from illustrations from that book about costumes through the ages. I think that one works particularly well. The body sort of seems in scale somehow to the head. So yeah, I really like those kind of classical heads with the more contemporary bodies. So that's a very quick run through of where I've got to with that journal. So I will carry on adding things to it, and I will come back at some point and show you when it's finished, which isn't that far off because there's going to be a limit to how much I can squish inside this. So I hope that was interesting for you. And you're very welcome to leave any comments you've got, or if you want to know anything more about anything in the journal, then please leave me a message. So thanks so much. I really appreciate you watching this video, and it would be lovely if you could give me a comment or a thumbs up, and that might help someone else to find the video. So thank you and goodbye for now.